Good afternoon. I hope you're all really well, and another day, another story. So again today we are thinking about the situation that we're in and how to move forward with what we're doing. What I've decided that is very relevant to what we're hearing and very relevant to what we're seeing is to continue this here in the UK as well. We will be, in the next 48 hours, being able to provide you with categoric evidence of the shambles and corruption within our government to house illegal migrants in HMOs. What that has done has allowed British taxpayers to foot the bill for hundreds of thousands of men to be put into British properties, and for those properties to be maintained on a regular basis with new kitchens, new bathrooms, new furniture. And predominantly the reason for that is that these men aren't doing very well by living where they are. They're treating these homes with absolute contempt, leaving the heating on all day, windows open, 30 degrees inside the home because they don't fit the bill for the gas or electric. We are allowing our own society to deteriorate beyond our own control, and it will come to a point very, very soon where we will completely lose control of every aspect of our housing system. This is a crisis. There is no other way of looking at it. It's a crisis and it needs to be dealt with. It needs to be spoken about. The media are not interested in highlighting the factual evidence of what's really going on. They must be complicit. That's the only reason I can think of that they would have to not then investigate the things that we're seeing. Something needs to give to a point where we understand the severity of what's happening behind our backs. Everything that is really wrong is happening away from the cameras, or happening away from you, the public, understanding it. And that is something that needs to change. Serco, the company Serco, are dipping their hands so far into the cookie jar that I think they've lost their ability to pull it out. Serco are a company who is profiting on a level which is unprecedented. I mean, you look at their accounts, they've doubled their profits in 2 years. These guys are literally using blood money to put these people into our communities and to take contracts. And a lot of the time, Serco are just offloading these contracts to third parties, and they're not even making sure that anything that needs to be spoken about is spoken about. The way that these migrants are behaving in these HMOs and these hotels, smashing it to pieces, fighting amongst each other. And Serco know all of this is going on, and they should really be highlighting that, but they don't highlight that. They don't want anything to do with that, and they want to make sure they just keep their hands fully firm in that cookie jar. So yeah, there's so many different avenues to this that we're finding that the more that we investigate, the more we're sort of putting all the dots together and realizing that this is a circle of individuals and corporations and government level handing cookie jar situation. The profits, the money is where the reason why this is happening. It's all money based. Everything we're seeing is money based, but the very thing that we're being told is money based is not money based. So I believe the real thing here, the money maker, is not trafficking these people to the beaches, not trafficking these people through Europe. They're making their way there themselves. The real sort of crimes, I would say, are happening when they're here. Giving these men the properties that are made for English and British people, keeping families that really need it in dire straits because they're the immigrants and are getting basically the first come first serve is now out the window. Whenever these people turn up, they're getting as much as they need instantly, and that has to come to an end for the benefit of the British people and the benefit of our society. We are seeing, not just the last couple of days, we've got migrant men standing in local parks, ones with severe mental health issues, preventing British and English families from visiting those areas. And we're then seeing, senior ex-military figures talking about a potential plan in 2027 for potential militants to do something. I mean, that in itself was a very scary thought to have, because these things can happen, and we only have to look at the Middle East and Africa to see. You say these things don't happen here, and the reason they don't happen here is because we don't have those type of people here. Well, guess what? That's changed. We do have those type of people here. We do have the type of people that will be part of severe violence, from beheadings to stabbings to mass murder. These people are coming from countries where that is actually part of what's going on in their country. So they're either a part of it, and if they're part of it, what would they do if they realised that if they came together and they made a militia from all the different HMOs and the hotels around the country? I mean, it doesn't take a genius to work out we're heading in a direction where that is potentially possible. Because even if you take the figure from the vast amount of migrants that are here, if you take the overall figure and you say only 10% of those would actually do that, that's a huge number of men that would be willing to do something. That's an issue. So when people say to me, well, not all migrants are this and not all migrants are that, that's not the issue. The issue is that all of those that potentially could be and are also here. So unfortunately, because of the relaxed way that we are doing this, the British government are doing this, it's allowing the real asylum seekers, those that probably could do with a bit of help, being left, to fend for themselves, because this is economic migrants that just come in here for the money. A lot of them have French paperwork. A lot of them have paperwork that has been verified by us, but we've used translation. We found out these documents mean that these people are able to stay in France. They are pretending that they are not able to stay in France, or they haven't got asylum, and then just so it's the whole thing from top to bottom just stinks. The whole thing. The French authorities are very, very, very involved in this. The British authorities are very involved in this. Companies like Serco are very involved in this, and we are starting to put all the pieces together. And I believe very, very soon, when we have the full package and the full expose to be able to give to the British public, that is the moment I believe people will really listen and understand that the next move that needs to be made will be made because of the information that we've provided. And like I'll say, and I keep saying, that plan doesn't involve violence. That plan doesn't involve people being arrested. This plan is to make sure that the British government understand that the men of this country have had enough, and our women and children are scared. Our women and children are worried about going out. The amount of crimes that are being committed by British nationals is already extensive. We have some real bad people in this country, and we do not need to import more. And when we import those that are from third world war-torn countries where war is very, very present, there could be some serious problems in the future, and we're just not willing to accept that. And I know that millions of English and British men around the country feel exactly the same. So for that reason, this will continue. And no pressure from any news agencies or from anyone will stop us from doing it, because nothing we're doing is against the law. Nothing that we're doing will be for violence. And we're exercising our right to do this as British and English men. This is just the way. The opportunities for the media to tell us the truth, we've been there, they've not done it. The opportunities for the British government to take steps to safeguard our women and children have been there, they've not done it. So we are in a situation now where we have no choice. And don't say that lightly. I don't say that because I think it's going to be a good day out. I say that because this has to happen. Walking down roads and protesting is a fundamental right, but when it comes to actually a shock factor, for people to realise, and the government to realise that we really truly have had enough, and we're worried, and we need something to change, and you need to do it now, like right now. That's very important. So yeah, that's me. That's a 10-minute waffle. 10-minute of just trying to keep you up to date. Lots of things are happening, and we will be back with what we do, and we'll leave it there for the minute. But some exciting stuff is going to happen, and exciting I mean by exposing the lies that we've been told and exposing those that have lied to us for long enough. Thank you.